Hey guys, I have to say I'm very excited about today's video. About 1.5 years ago, I tested this item right here. It's the Kreg Accu-Cut. This is a track system that your circular saw goes on, and it's a 2-piece section, and it's made for cutting material like plywood or OSB sheathing up to about 48 inches, maybe a little bit more than that. And it worked great, but the only limitation is that when I want to cut and rip like a full length 8-foot piece of plywood, this wouldn't work for that. They did say at the time that you could buy 2 of these packs and join them together, but it wasn't, they didn't really have a dedicated pack until now. They have a kit, and I'm gonna show you how that works in a minute. I just wanna show you, this is what the video looked like that I made 1.5 years ago, and today I'm actually even wearing the same hat. Cool. And I'm gonna test out that new expansion pack and show you how it works. I got a piece of plywood right behind me here. All right, so let's get started for Tool Review Tuesday. Roll the intro. So this piece and that piece right there, that's the existing Accu-Cut. Here's the circular saw that I used in the video. And this is the Kreg, I guess it's called like a sled. That's what attaches to your saw, and then it sits in this track right here. They do sell an accessory for this. It's the Kreg clamps, and I do recommend that you buy these. These work really well just to attach underneath, just to make sure that there's no wiggling around. So if you're cutting some expensive plywood, the last thing you want is that track to walk around on you a little bit. The scenario that I would come up with that would make the clamps worthwhile is if you happen to be way over on this end, you're pushing down on the saw and it happens to lift up a little bit on that end and it pulls off the material. If it lifts up a little bit, it could potentially move over from one side to the other just slightly, and that's all it would take. But if you have it clamped underneath, it's not going anywhere. So I'd say just take the extra few moments, spend a few extra bucks, get the clamps. The only thing I've done is open the box so far. When you open it, right away you see, read this before assembly, and it's actually a 3-minute video if you scan that, or if you go to this Kreg website right here. They have a very informative video. It's only 3 minutes long, and it says exactly what you need to do to assemble this. So I've watched the video a few times, so now I'm gonna go through and I'm gonna do the assembly, but if you wanna see in fine detail, I recommend that you check out that website down there to find out more on how you prepare the tracks. So I'll just point out some of the things you're going to get in this kit right here. So they're all brand new tracks that go on it. So you're going to end up taking your old tracks off right there and putting brand new ones on. So everything matches up. And then on the old tracks right here, they have these connectors right here. There are some screws right here that you screw down and it locks them into place. But you take these out because these are made of aluminum. The aluminum keeps this whole track nice and lightweight, but when they got into this longer kit, they upgraded to steel instead of aluminum, because at that length, if you're picking up and moving it, aluminum might bend, but the steel is going to give you more support. So inside this kit right here, I'm going to take all these right here and install them on the new tracks right here. And also, so what I have to do on the old tracks right here, I have to pry off these strips right here, and then they say there's probably going to be some adhesive to clean up, so I'm just going to use this right here to clean that off, let it thoroughly dry, and then put the new strips on. Now I'm ready to mount my saw to this, and what I'm going to do is trim off this edge right here. I'll probably do it on both sides, and they say just to go below this with your saw for the first time, because you're going to actually cut off some of that blue stuff right there. Let's take a quick minute to talk about shop safety. Always wear your safety glasses. Okay, took a minute for that break. Come on. All right, so now as I'm looking at this, it didn't cut that blue plastic at all. I'm gonna make an adjustment on the sled right here and have the blade go in just a little bit. All right, just ran the saw up and down on here, and I adjusted the guide on here. What I needed to happen was the saw blade to actually cut closer to the metal track. The cut was a little bit outside that rubber edge right there, so I just moved it in just to take off about a 1/16 of an inch. So now when I use this guide right here, I can lay it right on the line, and that's where it'll cut. So it'll do it on both sides. Now I'm gonna cut a 3-inch strip. I just moved this and tightened down the clamp in place. And one thing to mention is when you have your saw, your circular saw on this sled right here, to make sure you put it a little deeper because it's shimmed up on that sled right there. All right, here we go, the first rip, 8 foot long. All right, beautiful, I like it. Work well. All right, so this really turned out nice. That blade is right up against that lip. Nothing sticking out, nothing cantilevered over. Perfect. So the Kreg Accu-Cut extension pack definitely did a nice job adding on to the other one. So now I have over 8 foot long. I'm gonna go over here under the better light, and then I'm gonna just read some of the specs on the box, just so you know everything that pertains to this. So now that I have everything assembled, it'll really just be very easy just to break it down into 2 sections. It'll just take a minute, and then when I'm ready to use it again, clamping it back on, will just take another minute too. So let's take a quick look at some of the items on the box right here, just so we can make sure we see all the details, what's included with this. So if you're buying, if you have an Accu-Cut already, I would recommend not buying 2 of them and putting them together. It's better to get the expansion pack. That way you get all the new strips on there, and then you also get the steel connectors and not the aluminum, which that comes with. So all right, let's take a closer look. The Kreg Accu-Cut expansion pack has a 50-inch capacity, straight, accurate, splinter-free, 100% support throughout the cut, solid aluminum track, works with right or left-hand blade saws, connects easy, adds capacity to go up to 100 inches, it cuts precisely. So you can do cross cuts, angled cuts, rip cuts, virtually any angle. Doubles the capacity of your Accu-Cut. Splinter-free cuts. Includes 2 26.5-inch aluminum track sections, 6 steel track connector bars with 24 set screws, 8 anti-chip and anti-slip strips, detailed instruction manual. And this is item number KMA2750. I will have a link to this down below if you want to check it out and find out more. So my goal of this video is to help you guys out if you're considering getting the Accu-Cut and the extension pack. So hopefully my video will demonstrate to you how this works on 8 foot length sheets of plywood or OSB. So if you have any questions about this, please put them down below. I'll be happy to answer that. And if you find this video interesting and informative, please give it a thumbs up and help support my channel. That's it, friends. Thanks for watching. See you next time.